What is a yakao? And I assume it's a mix between a yak and a cow. Oh, hi. Welcome back to a little bit more of my ENDWALKER playthrough. I've just spent 2 hours queuing to get on because after the previous episode, I needed to go back to bed. As I said, I'm not going to keep on saying this. I am not well. And at the end of all of the 2 hours I managed to play, I felt like absolute Am I after the 30 seconds? I'm after the 30 seconds. I felt like absolute shit. YouTube's got a thing where if you swear within the first 30 seconds of your video, it tends to have a little bit of a fit, apparently. See if I can get away with that at 45 seconds. Yeah, I felt awful. So I went back to bed and I slept, like, really heavily. You know that kind of sleep that you get where you just kind of... Bleh. Yeah, that was me. So you'll have to excuse the bed hair because I wasn't going to go and have another shower just so that I could go on video. So we were going down into this mine. And Alize and I are eager to get underway. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow. Don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. And if Alphino happens to fall and break his legs, that is unfortunate. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Green Chocobo. The 33rd facet. I've discovered a new recipe. Ooh, that's a repeating texture, isn't it? Yes. Healthy demo. Oh, I thought it was further away. That's actually quite up close, and it's full of mithril caps. Can I ride here? I can ride here. I should probably ride here. Ride the super. 150 arms to the south. Well, the fact that there's a destination there with a very clear... Southwest is this way. Oh, it looks like we're going down that way anyway. So let's go to this destination. Obviously, there's going to be a fight here because it's that kind of destination. This is a very big cavern with a very repeaty texture. Don't mind. Don't care in the slightest. That's one of the things that MMOs have to do in order to make sure they can run on potatoes. Oh no! Haven't quite got to grips with the new music for battles yet. May as well. Oh yeah, he's on a free stance. That one's going to appear directly. Wow, that summoner just exploded a thing. I'm actually quite looking forward to trying out the new summoner, you know. As I think I've mentioned in videos past, I don't play summoner. I level scholar, which gives me a free level 80 or max level caster, but I've never really got to grips with it. I don't think I've even summoned Phoenix. Are you going to summon some as well, mate? Because I'll tank all of them. It's fine. Yeah. There we go. Oops, that was not what I wanted to press. I wanted to press that. Give me here. Interestingly enough, he's still got the normal Ifrit out. Oh, I haven't got Grit on. No wonder sorry, mate. That is entirely my fault. Why have I not got grit on? To the northwest. That's going to be round here then, isn't it? This music is... It's kind of bizarre, and yet I really like it. There's something just distinctly catchy about it. I feel like it might be... Is this something from something else? That was massively helpful and descriptive, I know. It just sounds like it should be... It sounds like the kind of music you'd find on, like, Lon Lon Ranch in a Zelda game, if that makes any sense to any of you. It's just got that kind of twang to it. What is your mount, and where can I get one? Ah, the medial circuits. That mineshaft was infested with mythal caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder? I wouldn't say infested. I mean, there were a few, but it was quite open. I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? I wouldn't say those were narrow. What the hell is that? Don't want to get too close. Hi. It's like somebody has spent a lot of time modelling that ass. If you'll pardon my yes, it's probably not the kind of thing you normally expect from me, but you know, I did say I was going to try and appreciate all of the artistic designs made in the game. Ali, Imogen, did you know Krile almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Yes. No, that's Triskelion. Don't want to talk to you. I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought. I lost my footing for a moment, that's all. I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. Something is up with Krile. I think it's the experiments that they did on her. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuits. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Orville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in this area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Well, we've seen a nice ass so far. Nope. What the frick? Oh no! Oh no 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 no! It's a leaf flan. Oh, that's... There's some nice textures for those leaves. I mean, it's obviously the flan kind of skeleton. But yeah, those leaves look really good. Yes. Yes, indeed. Also, I really like this mist. It's not the first time we've seen misty stuff in the game, obviously, but it's cool. A fate, eh? Steamed vegetable. Oh, hi. Steamy Samantha? Come on then, Sammy. Oh, wow, you are hideous. And not taking a lot of damage, actually. Probing! No probes, thank you. Ooh, you are not taking a lot of damage, are you? I'm afraid this specimen requires termination, if you please. I mean, to be fair, these things usually do take... Whoop. People seem to be coming to help. Excellent. Ah, Triskelion, why do you always get hits by the breaths? What was that? Oh, that's excuse me. Oh, somebody's grabbed a friend. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I need to remember to use Blood Spiller. Oh man, this guy's sorry, this lady. Nope, don't stand in that. Took my hand off the keyboard. Always happens when I take my hand off the keyboard. The steam withdraws from the battle. Let's use some actual defensive buffs because we can. And this is going down surprisingly slowly. There were what, 4 of us here? No, more are coming now. This is good. A lot of people dislike the fate system. But I think it's really cool. Yeah, the fact that just people are coming together to wail on something. Yeah, I like it. I do like the fact, actually, that... I'm not taking any real damage here. What's up with Triskelion? He's nauseous. Okay. And is now asleep. Dear Lord. Awful breath. 15% parried. Didn't Dark Knight start out as like the parry tank? Essentially. Wasn't that a thing? No. Let's get out of that. Bye, Samantha. Oh, we've still got 10 minutes left on this. We'll never get her back to the cave without instance. No. Challenge log entry in your Fate 1 is almost complete. Right, what were we doing? Let's help this guy out with his leaf boy. Sweet. That was fun. Yeah, I like the fight system. I specifically like the bigger kind of single enemy fights. We're almost at 82. Oh, good. Mandy's. If any of you, before you got into either WoW or Final Fantasy XIV, if you played Final Fantasy XI as your first MMO, like I did back in 2003, you might appreciate why I am equally terrified and also hilariously entertained by Mandragora. Obviously, they were in FF12 as well, like this, but 11 is obviously where I first saw them. And where is Oh No More Mandy's from? Where's that phrase actually from? I'm going to have to Google it quickly. Oh No More Mandy's. Or have I just made it up? Okay, it's shown me a load of stuff on Barry Manilow, so it could just be that it's a thing between me and my best friend, because we played 11 together. I couldn't get him into this, sadly. the north. Oh, we're going that way. It's a nice outfit as well. Oh, they've tried. They've tried to make them look like bunches of grapes. Now, in 1.0, those bunches of grapes would all be individually modelled spheres, and they'd lag the server out. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is Merial Agronomics. Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilised in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of the... Is Cryle going really punny in this? Because that's the second pun that I can remember her making recently, and I don't recall her being particularly punny before. The fruits of their research go to feed the Labyrinthos colleagues. Oh, so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. We haven't been told actually how that's pronounced, have we? Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed. Mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. Huh, I see no gleaners hereabouts. Alphino's being all serious and businesslike. I suppose, you know, end of the world, maybe, possibly a good idea to be important. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the former's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? Nod. Is that the first nod of the episode? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same, or cast about for useful clues. Eloise? Let's take a closer look. Yes, unfortunately... Oh, actually, even with... Yeah, even without reshade on, the line between these things is a little bit iffy. Amonier? Parago! Do I have a Parago minion? Just a thought. Is that a thing that I have? Is that a thing that... I do! Say hello! I got some new minions, didn't I? Wind up Bismarck. Some of these I've literally never seen before. And a Bayako cub. Aww. He's a kitty. Of course, we've got the Great Serpent of Ronka. But let's bring... Obviously, I got a lot of these from art books and stuff. Because I buy as many of the art books as I can get my hands on. A harried harvester. Harried by us. Hello, Noctis. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given that it's native to a particular locale and the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modelled, the region in the south of Ilsabard. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition to a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvus, before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amonis. That keeps on coming up. That's where Graha is from. In fact, I'm going to add that too. I've started keeping notes. Corvus, which is where Graha's from. They've mentioned it a lot. Now, that could just be world building, or it could be importance. The forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. Synth provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Piggy! Oh, that's a Porksy. Poogie. Porksies are the flying ones. Poogies. They're from Monster Hunter. Still haven't done that. Do I ought to be taken down below? All I can carry and then some. Most of our stock is set off by the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. God, hauling the lot of that slope was a job and a half. Ruba Ipakan. Alpha, no. Oh. I tried to jump over that before I even realised. Interesting specular highlighting. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors, not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it out down here anyway? The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I would reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum business filling order lists are mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard about this grand reorganisation, I assumed we'd be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Didn't count the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? The press for an explanation was met with vague assurances all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Yeah. So, what they were saying actually about migration might be right. Maybe they are planning on leaving. That's an outfit. Sometimes I feel my glams are always a little bit lackluster. No, straight tomatoes. The sack of crates on the hill is going below. That sounds promising. I'll gather the others and join you there. Northeast is not this way. Northeast is this way. It's going to be on the other side of this rock. And... oh. Oh, it looks like I can actually fall down here. I don't know whether I want to. Southeast. Huh? Oh, it's there. Ooh, I took a good chunk of damage from falling down that. Criconites. Now, is there? Nah, nothing behind the waterfall. Have you learnt nothing, Square Enix? Let's get out of here. Ugh, Mandragoras. Right. That's that grabbed. Ugh, Corrigans. I remember Corrigans. They were a nightmare. Well, I think we're in the right place. No. Yes. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings accompanied by sheaves of reports. Nice flowers.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Oh. Because that's the flower from the trailer with Heidelin.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
They seem kind of oddly, you know, on their own here. Very shiny ground as well.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying
mystery to science.
Of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild.
It's an odd one, isn't it?
With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
See, this is the kind of little world-building detail that you might at first glance think, well, they're hammering this home, aren't they? Over some flowers. But it's like somebody's thought a lot about this, and they've probably looked up some kind of stuff to do with actual botany in order to figure this stuff out.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Yeah, just a random chap that happened to be carrying some boxes past, noticed that we were staring at the flowers and decided to tell us its entire history as far as they know it. But, you know, Heartbloom. Empathic flowers. That's an interesting one. But I suppose that's the spreading of knowledge that's the Charlian spirit, isn't it? Latoya's music.
Have you learned aught of interest?
I've learned a lot about flowers.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Oh, is this going to reveal something to back
This
file?
is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Could we use these, though?
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production...
It's quite interesting, actually. They've chosen to use Matoya's music for this.
Unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
It's all a bit suspicious, really.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
But yeah, that's not going to get you very far, is it? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Isn't that the entrance to the Archaean?
And that's Owenville.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
So we're going to go and find them.
You
Ooh,
need to eavesdrop on their conversation.
that doesn't look great.
What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Stealth cat.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
Very true.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Trial.
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
The mystery of... Wow, you are a really slow walker, Erenville.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Trial. We have a vantage point. We can see where he goes. What is up with Kryl?
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Huh. This is a really nice slow burn mystery. I think one of the things that you'll probably notice from the last couple of episodes is because I wasn't feeling very well, I was really struggling to get into this side of the story. Just because I felt shit. But actually, now I'm feeling a little bit more, awake and energetic. I'm really liking this slow burn mystery of what is going on with Kryl. Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erenville, weren't we? It feels wrong to spy on Erenville, helpful as he's been, but what other choice do we have? Let's get after him already. We've waited too long as it is. Is Kryl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarries slip away. The full report, warts and all. Erenville was headed westwards along the path outside the Archean. Come, you can still catch him. Log. Oh yeah, we're down here at the base of the lift. Definite kind of ancient feeling influences there. Right, how are we getting over to that? Just down here? Yes, the road. That's a sheep mount. I don't have that. Why do I not have that? How can I get that? We've fallen too far behind, and this damn mist won't help matters. It seems Stola wishes to have a word with us all. I can still hear it. Hear what? Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centres. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville and the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graho and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. I was not expecting this. Oh, jeez. All it needs now is like that's my ice water. If you played FF7R, the transfig spell in that turns you into toads but still keeps your weapons strapped to your back, that would have been an interesting touch, but an absolute bastard to program, I am sure. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantments. And what am I to do in the meantime? Have a little chat. Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. You've changed into a toad! You must remain transfigured in order to progress with quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's area of effect. Speak with Ishtola to restore or prolong the transformation. Okay. Toadogen. Dematoad. Ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alfie Toad. Can we keep Alfie Toad, please? Alfie Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave it. Yes, 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 yes. Jesus. Alfie Toad. Hop to it. Hey, Vidya. Anyway. Oh, speaking of toads. What is that? Oh, it's a snapweed. Yes. To go this way. It looks like we're going to have to get past some toads at any rate. We've got 28 minutes left on this. Luncheon toad. Blip, with it, with it. Well, that looks like a place of notice, doesn't it? Ah, time for toads! Ha! Oh, that's...
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of
nice
your
veil
work.
effect. Oh, I need to press the button, don't I?
So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Handing over things and holding them.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlayan scholars and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
Tell us.
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty.
Oh?
And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
Is it Sharlayan that's going to send us to the moon? Are they preparing for an evacuation of the planets? And is that what the whole Labyrinthos thing has been for? To figure out what stuff is most likely going to be able to survive on another star if this one should come to an end?
I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Not just the greater good, but the greatest good. The survival of knowledge, I would imagine.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Huh.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
We haven't seen any of the frogs. Like, that aren't players. He took that.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
No frogs around.
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Ribbit. I like the little fireworks sound effect as well when it wore off. Our toad performance needs work, apparently. I'll have to pay more attention the next time I see one. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specialised in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Telophoroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Because I've wondered if the, the spaceship on the logo for Endwalker, I'm wondering if that is a Sharlayan arc. Just like the Void arc, essentially. Moving from this doomed planet, because that will keep up the Sharlayan's just general modus operandi. It's like they're not interfering. That doesn't mean that they're going to let the knowledge of thousands of years disappear. If we happen to cross paths with Erenville again, I should like to thank him properly. A guide of sorts. Oh, actually, we are out of time in this episode. We'll start this one next time. Very, very close to 82, which is interesting. I know I've done one single leveling roulette. But even with all the rested XP, generally... Maybe the dungeons are differently placed. Maybe they're 82, 84, 86, 88. Rather than 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. That'd be an interesting switch up, wouldn't it? Yeah. Next time, then... Oh, mind you, I've done a couple of fates as well, haven't I? Speaking of which... Let's go do this one while we're here. But yeah, oh, Green Archon. What is going on up here? Sheep. Yes, I'm really liking the just general feel of things so far. The mystery is good. It's keeping me guessing. I mean, it's probably not all that far off what I'm thinking, frankly. I've attracted a lot of attention here, and that might not be a good idea. Oh, no, never mind, I win. Oh, Ablation learned. I'd forgot that there'd been new skills. Reduces damage taken by a party member or self by 10%. Where the frick am I going to put that? There's 2 charges as well. So that's like a mini... Well, no, it's not a Blackest Night at all, is it? Reduces damage taken by a party member or self by 10% for 10 seconds. So that's a really short, but fairly powerful. It's not the same as, you know, a Rampart or a Shadow Wall, but it's a reasonably pokey effect. I'll figure out where to put that some other time. But yes, the mystery groweth, and I like it. I like it a lot. On the subject of likes, if you have liked this video, what a segue. What a segue that was. So smooth. If you have enjoyed the video, then drop it a like down below. And I will hopefully catch you all in the next part of this reaction series, where we are looking for a guide of sorts. Until then, folks, have yourselves a fabulous day. Catch you all in the next bits. Happy Endwalking. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.